to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
Hello, everybody.
Where's everybody? There we go. Now it's everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Woohoo!
Tagal ng bakasyon
Happy
na.
New
I
Year,
miss you
Kuya
guys.
2 weeks tayong nawala.
Mahigit ata eh.
More than 2 weeks ba? Almost 3 weeks.
Oh, tagal.
Yeah. Hi, Kuya Ed.
Ay, ate
Ang ganda ng
May.
background mo. Parang maaliwalas.
Maaliwalas ba?
Maaliwalas.
Ala ko, sasabihin mo, para ka nasa mortuary. Puro kortina.
Walang ganyan.
Walang kaya. Eh, kapanahon na kasi ng mga COVID, dami namamatay. Mga kababayan, ingat-ingat po tayo.
Ingat-ingat tayo lahat.
Huwag na kayo makikaya din sa mga kontra-kontra dyan. Naku, talaga naman. Para matapos na tong COVID na to, di ba Kuya Arvin, magmatigas ang ulo.
Oo nga, stay at home lang dapat, di ba?
Tapos si Kuya, good new look, Kahit na,
Ako, stay in one place lang. Lagi akong nandito sa tapat ng computer.
Matindi si Ate Mickey, isang punch mo lang ganun, bilis sumagot. Lagi pala nakatutok sa kanyang computer niya.
Yeah, oo.
24/7 yan sa computer.
Hi, so ang dami pala. Kita ko yung mga message. Si Ate Connie in the house. Sino yung Dorothy? Kamag-anak mo, Kuya?
Pasamba?
Ayan, Ang dami nila. Hello, everybody. Happy New Year.
Hello, everybody. So, meron tayong mga guest tonight na magbibigay sa atin ng mga advice. Kasi, di ba, New Year's na. Di ba?
Tama.
Kailangan natin mga
mahilig mag-New Year's resolution. Ito na, tama-tama.
Ito na ang mga tips for the New Year, mga New Year's resolution, mga advice na hinihintay natin, di ba? Kasi every year, pag New Year, di ba, laging merong mga merong mga manghuhula, mga feng shui expert, di ba? Pero sa SOCAL Pinoys, so SOCAL Pinoys, meron tayong mga ayun, kagaya ni Kuya Ed. Parang matanggal naman yan eh.
Medyo
tayong mga advisor.
Nakatakot yun.
Naku, ipapahuli ko kayo.
May ganun GIF si Jim Carrey, hindi niyo nakita yung ganun. Nakakatawa.
Yun na ba bagong pakulo mo for the New Year 2021?
Nakita ko yung GIF eh. Gaganon. And where are you? Jim Carrey.
Naku, baka may gumawa ng meme yan. Yun, pero meron tayong mga makakasama tonight na na magbibigay sa atin ng mga advice for the new year, di ba? Kasi kailangan natin. Meron tayong advisors na magbibigay sa atin ng mga advice tungkol sa health, sa wellness, sa mga fitness,
sa mga sa pag-ibig, kompleto na lahat.
Sa financial.
Kumita, yun.
Sa pera.
Paano kumita, paano mag-save, di ba?
Yan.
Yan. At kung paano makakuha ng pera galing sa gobyerno. Hindi
Yung
ba,
mga
malapit na tax season, di ba?
yung mga nakakuha ng stimulus dyan, kaway-kaway lang muna. Sana madagdagan pa.
Yun.
Inaantay pa yung extra.
Tapos, meron tayong mga raffles. So, meron tayong New Year's raffles. Siyempre, hindi mawawala yan. So, we want to thank Connie Oliverio from TayC Chic Boutique.
Yes!
Yeah. Hi, Connie. And we want to thank
palakpak na, kuya.
Yeah, palakpakan.
Naman,
Walang
Kuya,
sound effect.
yan lang ang
Wala tayong
department
sound
ko eh.
effects eh. Wala.
Tapos, si Ejay Zafra of Plexus Worldwide and Moran Toriano from Color Street. At saka yung isa nating guest, merong pahabol na raffle daw. So malalaman nyo yan mamaya. So stick around with us until the very end of the show kasi meron tayong mga raffle.
Ayos.
Yeah, tawagin na ba natin, Kuya Ed?
Umpisahan na natin ang 2021 event.
Yay! Okay, so umpisahan na natin. Sino uunahin natin? Okay, yan.
Ano ba, ladies?
Hi, Fiona. So, Fiona, hi. So, si Fiona po, siya yung co-owner ng Lay Bear and she's into health and fitness and she's a beach body advocate.
Wow! Sample naman dyan. Tayo kayo magmula ulo hanggang sa makita namin yung katirsihan.
Kakakain ko lang po eh.
Pinopromote natin ng wellness fitness eh. Kailangan sexy.
Ayan nga, beach body coach.
Ang ganda. Damit lang po yan. Pwede rin ako magsuot yan eh.
And the next one is Cecil Wong Chung. So Cecil Wong Chung is the managing partner and senior accountant of CMC Legacy Group. Siya ang ating nilalapitan pag meron tayong questions about tax preparation and accounting services and also business consulting.
Yun.
Hi, Cecil.
Hi, Happy New Year. Kumusta? How are you, Kuya Ed?
Ang ganda talaga ng news na ito.
Dapat na. Kuya Ed. Yeah, and the next one is Jennifer Alfonso Lee, and she's the owner of 360 Premier Solutions, and they offer Medi-Cal, Medicare, and Covered California, and other options for our medical insurance. Right, Jen?
Good evening.
Happy New Year! It's good to see you again.
Yeah, new face, new look, new 21. Pwede.
Yeah, and we have Arlie Alfaro of Live Labs, and she's a holistic health advocate. Right, Arlie?
Yes, correct. Yeah, I'm a certified holistic health coach.
Yeah, there you go. And then we have Neil Estrada from State Farm Insurance Agency. Hi, Neil. And
good evening.
He's also the owner of Deal with Neil, right?
Yeah,
so
that's just my motto.
We're going to be dealing with Neil.
Thank you.
And last but not the least, we have music. Wala ba tayong music dyan?
Kuya Arvin eh. Nasa si Kuya Arvin.
Yeah, and we have Dr. M. Vito Garcia, and my gosh, I can't even mention yung mga credentials niya dahil napakahaba. Yeah, but he's actually a hospital administrator of Sherman Oaks Hospital and Encino Hospital Medical Center.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello. Happy New Year. The 2021 should give all of us a boost, as a whole person, financially, health-wise, and everything else that follows. Good evening and Happy New Year.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. And so can each one of you tell us a little bit about your background and what you do in your profession?
Ladies first.
Should I start?
Starting
Yeah,
with
go ahead.
Okay, I'm Fiona Hilario, and I'm with Lay Bear Waxing Salon. It's the biggest hair removal chain in the Philippines. We have over 130 locations, and I brought the brand here to LA in 2012. So we have a salon in Studio City that unfortunately is currently closed, and we have our first franchise in Las Vegas. So our my shop has been closed on and off since March of 2020. So that allowed me to focus on my health and fitness, and I actually lost 15 pounds over quarantine. So the quarantine 15 actually worked the opposite for me. Instead of gaining 15 pounds, I lost 15 pounds, and I'm actually at my fittest. So because of that, I became a beach body coach, and I was able to lose a total of 25 from the start of my fitness journey. So I've been doing that, on the side as a passion project, helping other women do the same.
Wow, very nice. 15 pounds. Kuya, you heard that, huh? 15 pounds, huh? Losing 15 pounds.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I mean, I know a lot of us have gained 15 to 20 or more than 20 pounds the entire year of 2020. I mean, just the last few months alone, like I've eaten so much. I mean, that's just me.
It's okay to eat a lot.
Yung mga ino-order ko kasi na pagkain, di ba? And Arlie, how about you?
Well, Happy New Year! Let me greet everyone a Happy New Year, yung mga taga SOCAL Filipinos, Pinoys na gagrupo natin, yung mga kaibigan natin. Everybody, you guys, Happy New Year! And my name is Arlie Alfaro to most of my friends, and Tinker A. Charlie on Facebook. So I've got two names, right? So either way, whatever you want to call me, Tinker or Arlie, it's fine. So my background is in advertising and marketing, and now I'm a digital marketing strategist, and I help a lot of people, scale their business online, and also help a lot of people, take out their passion and what is it that fuels them every day and put it out there and make another level of income stream. But also, I'm a certified holistic health coach, and just like Fiona said, that the pandemic has it revived her interest in weight loss and all that. I have been a certified health coach since 2012, and I have not really put that business out there. In fact, I have helped a lot of my friends and people and connections achieve their weight goals and wellness goals by not charging, just sharing what I have. And this year or last quarter of the year, I said, my partner Tessa Romley from Kona, we have been putting a course together for the longest time, and we are releasing it. So I'm going to tell you more later about it, and we are going to be helping a lot of you guys, from cleanse and rejuvenate to a whole plant-based diet.
Yun, yes.
Yun, yeah. And we have Jennifer Alfonso Lee. Hi, Jen.
Hi, everyone. Happy New Year. Arlie, you're so energetic. I love you.
Yes.
I am the owner of Premier 360. I started in the financial and insurance industry since I was 17. So I've been in the industry for like 17 years. I've been in the corporate world, and 6 years ago, I decided to open up my own agency just because I really want to make a difference in people's lives financially and in insurance. My primary focus is health insurance, covered California, Medicare, Medi-Cal, and there's just so many people that sometimes they don't think health insurance is important, but I have stories where people get in a car accident and don't have insurance, and they're going to have to file for bankruptcy because they owe $400,000 in hospital expenses. So I just want to make a difference, and thank you for having me, Mick. Thank you.
Yeah, and we have Cecil Wong Chang.
Hi, good evening. Happy New Year. Ako ata yung pinakamatanda dito, so pasensyahan nyo na.
Never
Medyo may
mind.
senioritis na konti. So, anyways, yes, I am a partner, managing partner for C Group, and basically it is CMC Legacy and CMC Consultants. That's the official name. We cater to business owners. Primarily, a majority of our clients are truly business owners. So we take care of their accounting books, their taxes, their financial management, and so forth and so on. So pretty much what the business owners need, we pretty much have it all in one place. We do have an in-house lawyers, we have in-house CPAs, we have in-house TAs. So pretty much, they're there to help the business owners, including payroll, because payroll is a completely different animal in the business industry. And if you're not too sure of what you're doing, it always comes back and bites you 3 to 5 years down the road, past the 20% every single year. Ano nila, what you call it, 20% every single year na penalty. So that's one thing that we try to make sure that the business owner is fully aware of everything from start to finish, from day one up to day 31st or whatever you call it. Other than that, I mean, this is part of our community service. We provide educational seminars in-house as well, and also virtually, but due to COVID, lahat puro virtual na lang. What else do we have? And other than that, I've been around for the longest time, as far as I can remember, more than 20 years in the business, but I've been around for more than 30 years in the United States, and I have my double masters here in the US. So that's
Thank you
basically
so
it.
much, Cecil. And we have Dr. M. Vito Garcia.
Yay!
Yay!
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. And yes, my name is Dr. Ian Vito Garcia, and I am the hospital administrator for Sherman Oaks Hospital and Encino Hospital Medical Center. Both hospitals cater for acute care, and different hospitals have different specialties. Sherman Oaks Hospital has outpatient wound care center. And it, where we heal a lot of wounds. We have hyperbaric medicine. We have, full service cardiac catheterization laboratory. In Encino Hospital Medical Center, we have, our acute rehabilitation unit, a beautiful unit. And both hospitals are more than 150 bed hospital. As you know, pandemic has hit, and the hospitals have been very, very busy, caring for those who have been afflicted by the COVID-19 virus. We have not seen the new variant of this virus yet, at our hospitals, and we'd like to keep it that way. And there is a significant amount of challenges and difficulties that we are currently facing, in this time. I am also the founding director of the master's and graduate program in nursing of a Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine. We have, various degrees that are offered through LECOM, and including Osteopathic Medical School. So I am very, very excited to be here and to guide and provide recommendations and tips on how we keep ourselves away from our hospitals. I am a practicing nurse practitioner. I am in primary care, internal medicine as well. So there you go. Thank you and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to
Happy
you,
New
Dr.
Year.
M. And we have Neil Estrada.
Thank you. Happy New Year, SoCal Pinoys. My name's Neil Estrada, agent owner of the Deal with Neil State Farm Insurance Agency. I also have a background in mortgage. In my insurance business, we cover all aspects. We're full service. What that means is personal, business, life insurance as well. On the other end of the spectrum, I am in the community quite often, in the Filipino American community. I'm one of the founding board of directors of the Coalition of Filipino American Chambers of Commerce. also president of Ka Association, Pangasinan Brotherhood, and started my own nonprofit called PhilAm, which is the acronym for Filipino Influential Leaders and Mentors. And I'm here today just to serve you, our SoCal Pinoys. So thanks for having me.
That is so awesome.
Great.
And so kaya tayo nandito kasi New Year, di ba? It's the New Year, like you know, we want to know like what 2020, I mean, we want to be ready for 2021, or at least have some kind of idea like how we can make our lives just a little bit better and be more prepared a little bit, so to speak. I mean, even if we have to do baby steps, you know, like or something, right? Yeah, so little by little. So you know, we have all of our guests, you know, to give us some advice, some tips on how we can, you know, make our lives better, like you know, from their own experience and from their own experience in their professions and in their industries. So what inspired all of you, each of you, to be in your industry or to do what you're doing now? Anybody? Let's start with Arlie.
Okay, let's do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm full of inspiration all the time, you know. Let me focus on the weight wellness or holistic health coaching. In like about 8 years ago, or was it 8 years ago? I think it was 8 years ago that I was going size 14. So can you imagine how big size 14? I mean, men, I don't know if you can figure that out in your head, but we women, you know,
no, can you please explain what size 14 is?
Size 14 with my clothes. Okay, so can you imagine? I was going size 14, and then one day I saw my photo that I had so much big arms and I had like chubby cheeks, and I said, this is not fun. It doesn't look good. So one day I said, enough is enough. I gotta have to take care of myself. And that was the day when Zumba became so, you know, openly popular. So I went to LA Fitness and I said, let me find a class that I can really go and dig into and all that. So it's so funny because before I would like just go hit the gym and I go on the treadmill. I hit 150 calories. I'm done for the day. I go home. I eat my pandesal and my coffee and eat my beef. We were so carnivorous at the time. So when I decided to go Zumba, I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this class. I checked on all the teachers and I said, oh, I like this teacher because she has that swag and I really love it. So I did that. And you know what? That was like 8 years ago. I just started mindset. You know, mindset is very, very important with everything, not just what we do as health coaches or not just what you do as when you're trying to lose that excess pounds that you have, but with all of us, everything, entrepreneurs, everybody's doing it, whatever it is. Mindset is like 80% of what we do. But so that when I decided to lose some pounds, it was just so phenomenal because I didn't felt that I was depriving myself. So my inspiration really was when I lost. My goal at that time was just to lose from size 14 to go back to size 8 in 10 months. And I achieved that in 3 months. I was size 4 in 6 months. So it was just so fantastic and so awesome that by 10 months, I was size 2. So I said, oh my goodness, I can do this. I mean, I didn't have to take any, weight loss aid or pills or shake or have to do that. And you know what? I didn't know what the name of what I did before, but now it was actually intermittent fasting. I only ate 2 times a day and I was just working out like crazy. I wish I can show you the photo, but of how big I was and then shrunk and just like that. It was just so natural. And I felt really, really good. And I was on a pescatarian diet. So it was like all vegetables. I didn't eat the red meat. I took out all the red meat, the chicken, and everything white, no soda, no coffee even. And I just had fish and all vegetables and fruits. So that was my inspiration. I said, I'm going to get into a health coaching degree or certification because I know that people will listen if you have something that you're certified. So I took this 6-month certification with the top nutrition or wellness coaching in the country, which is IIN in New York. And they taught us everything, all these diets and all that. And so that's the start of my journey. And, I tried to create a ripple effect by sharing it to a lot of my families and friends.
That is so awesome. Kuya Ed, ready ka na ba sumali kay Tinker?
Join na!
Yes, syempre naman. Hindi ako sasali kung hindi ka kasali, di ba? Sabi nga ng ninang, walang iwanan. Ha?
Dapat ako rin daw. Bakit ako, 2 beses ako kumakain, 1 beses kumain in a day. Ganyan pa rin. Pero malalaman natin.
You're in front of the computer.
Oo, di ba?
Yeah.
Tapos pa na yung inom ng soda.
So Fiona, so how did you what inspired you and how did you get into what you are doing? Coming from the from Lay Bear and from all of that, how were you able to pivot and transition into being a beach body coach?
Actually, you know what? Ano yung pinaka-motivation ko when I was still in the Philippines? Because I've lost weight so many times, I couldn't even count. So I'd go up to 130 pounds, which is my max for my frame. And then I'd go down and then go back up again. 4 months yung average ko. But my motivation always was, I was always on TV in the Philippines. And I'd look, 30 pounds heavier. Kaya I always wanted to lose weight. But again, it didn't last because I would do extreme things to lose the weight, but I couldn't sustain it. But this time around, I started my journey in July 2019. So it's been a year and a half or a little bit over than that. I also hit that ceiling of 130 pounds, but I'm very tiny. So 130 pounds makes me look really, heavy. And I was a size 6. 6 is not big, but now I'm a size 0 to 2. So malaking difference yun sa akin. And the only different approach, first, I don't like cardio. Unlike Arlie, I get so tired. I huff and I puff after like 2 steps of Zumba. And I didn't really see a difference for me. I guess it's different. So what I did was follow Beachbody programs, and they focus more on weights and resistance bands, and it's only 30 minutes a day. So that's what kept me going. So nung quarantine tayo from March last year, I was doing it every day or at least 5 times a week, 30 minutes a day. And that's when I saw talagang results. First time in my life that I have biceps, first time in my life that I have a 6-pack, and I'm 47 years old. So I'm really proud of this because even in my 20s, I didn't look as lean or fit or even strong. And ang pinaka-ano ko nga, sobrang achievement ko, I was so weak when I came to the US 8.5 years ago. I couldn't lift that paper towel box Costco. It's 12 pounds. Hindi ko kaya yon because I have scoliosis. Now, I can lift the 40-pound, yung water, yung sparkless water, yung 5 gallon. So it's 41 pounds pag kinonvert mo. And I can lift that so easily right now. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't just make you feel good or look good, but it makes you stronger. And dito sa Amerika, kailangan natin yan. Wala na akong yaya, wala na akong driver. So I have to do everything myself. And I always do errands. Alam mo naman dito yung CEO, ibig sabihin, driver ka, taga-laba, taga-tuwa, alam mo yun? It's everything. So that's what motivated me to do it too. I needed to rely on myself and I needed to be strong. So yun. So I love my body. I love where I am. And I don't deprive myself. But I do follow, I try to eat within my calorie range 80% of the time. So I don't deprive myself. I eat cakes, I eat chips, but I'm good most of the week. Alam mo yan. So, yun lang. Everything in moderation,
Yeah.
it works.
Ayun.
That is so awesome. That is so inspiring.
Thank you.
And so Dr. M, meron ka bang maidadagdag sa sinabi ni Tinker and ni Fiona?
Oh my God, I have a list. You know, of
Medyo mahaba yan.
yeah, I have a list of 2021, you know, to dos. You know, I think it's 2020 is behind us. You know, it's a moment of reflection. 2021 gives us a newer perspective in life. You know, and we needed to really consider and learn from the 2020 challenges and failures that we have encountered. I know there's many among us who have had you know, experiences with financial distress, and the stress alone you know, could really put you in a dark place. So I think that 2021, as we move forward, you know, we have to remember that that all the events that had happened in 2020 puts us on a lifestyle shift, if you will. You know, so you know, there are 7 key things that all of us you know, really need to consider. And one of which is staying active. You know, we have people here who is, you know, who are very in tune with body image, in tune with nutrition. So I think staying active, although the gym may be closed, it does not really, you know, prohibit us for doing any activities. You can do Zumba at home. You know, you can actually put on some Latin music and shake your you know, body. You know, I don't know if this is PG-13 or whatnot, but you know, and you can do that successfully at home, right? So staying active is one. You know, really promoting adequate sleep is another one, right? Because you know what body feels is as a result of how our minds work. So adequate sleep is essential to our overall health, right? So you know, we can talk about this, you know, and speak about it all day, but you know, so adequate sleep. The third one, it really is diet and nutrition. So diet and nutrition really is talk about self-discipline, right? Stress actually promotes us to eat anything that we within arm's reach, right? You know, and when you are totally stressed, you know, and thinking about where and how we're going to sustain, you know, our lifestyle, you know, we tend to do and eat unhealthy stuff, right? You said you're going to eat only a small portion of an ice cream, and a pint later, you're still eating. So you need to kind of like really talk about and think about diet and nutrition. So that is our third. Fourth is self-care. Very, very important, you know, to really think about you in 2021. Right? You know, always be supportive of your desires and suggest the same thing to the people who are close to you, because they're the ones that's gonna, at the end of the day, they're the ones that are gonna be your, you know, your support mechanism, right? So that is our fourth, and the fifth one is health maintenance, right? The key word there is maintenance. Many of us have maintenance medications, you know, that we're on because sometimes it's genetics, you know, that we are passed on with certain conditions and diseases, you know, that we now acquire. So it is very, very important, you know, for you to take your medications at the right time as prescribed by your providers. Okay, it's always good to maintain your health by coordinating and getting in touch with your providers. This era of technology allowed us about telehealth. Jennifer could probably tell you about coverage about telehealth, and that is a major shift in our consultations. And we can make and do consultations through the use of videos and lenses and other means. So make sure that you take your medications as prescribed. And the sixth, item that we have to consider is really coping with the stress and anxiety. Looking at the mindfulness was Tinker was talking about mindfulness earlier and holism and whatnot. We need to be able to engage into conversation that boosts our coping skills. Always one thing that's constant is the challenges that we experience and the difficulties, and the problems of our daily living. That's constant. If you wake up and you said, okay, what problem will I have today? And I will have to deal with it with a positive attitude. There's always something positive and a learning opportunity for all the challenges that we encounter. Anxiety, it is normal. Do I have it? Do I have COVID? I don't have COVID. Do I have this heart disease? I don't have a heart disease. So keep calm, right? Keep calm, because there are professionals like Fiona, Neil, Jennifer, Cecil, that could help us, in certain aspects of our daily lives. And that makes us, the whole person, and treat that. So coping and stress, there's always solution to every problem. And finally, staying connected. Because, we're so used to Filipinos, we're so tight knit, we're so family oriented, and this pandemic and COVID-19, kept us away from our usual activities. And I think that we should take advantage of staying connected with that, because it fulfills not only the emotional aspect of our being, but also the psychological aspect of our living. So again, stay active, adequate sleep, diet and nutrition, self-care, health maintenance, cope and stress and anxiety management, and staying connected. I thank you.
Amen! Yes! Woo!
Lahat kami napalakpak. Napalakpak mo eh.
Yes!
Normal yan.
Mismo!
Normal yan, pero alam niyong abnormal ako.
Mismo!
Medyo ano pa yan, tame pa yan.
Tame pa yan. Yeah. Join us in karaoke. Tignan natin.
Yeah.
And I thank you.
And to Jennifer, since I know you work with a lot of our seniors, our elderly, what stories have you heard regarding coping, and how have our elderly have coped and managed throughout all of this that was happening in 2020?
It's really tough for them. So if you have any lolas, or just know any seniors, reach out to them, because they're very lonely. And just ask them how they're doing. Every time I see seniors, I ask them how they're doing, and they are, it's very hard on them. So just even a phone call every week, just to check in on them, just really makes a difference. They're really lonely. They can't go out. They can't see their friends. They're really scared for their lives. So just being that support system for them, if you know any seniors, it's just a great help. And if you don't, have them call me. There's a lot of resources for seniors, help even delivering food to them, and just resources they could contact to just keep them mentally stable and healthy. And there's like fitness, Zumba, things like that online that they could definitely view, and they could take classes with other seniors. So things like that just could get them socializing again, since they can't go to adult care or centers or anything like that.
That is so awesome. And do you know of any resources that our elderly family members can go to right off the top of your head?
Every city or county has different programs, and then also their health plans. They actually have resources there, and that's what I do. I help guide them, so they really don't know. They don't go online. If they call their healthcare provider, it takes hours, so they're very impatient and they just don't want to deal with it. So there is resources in every health plan that they could avail to. And like cities, they even offer like food delivery for them because they know they can't really go to the groceries and things like that.
That is so awesome. And just going back to what you said regarding their plans. So Neil, do you have anything that you can add to what Jennifer said?
In regards to the seniors?
Yes,
Or
in regards to seniors and everyone in general, in terms of what they're supposed to do, in terms of their healthcare benefits or insurance policies or anything like that, because everyone's been at home, and a lot of times we're often caught off guard when we need all these things right away, right?
Yeah, no problem. I'll stay on the insurance side, and and I'll out of respect. But in terms of insurance, one of the first things you should do is really get to understand the policy, right? I know this from experience and from being an agent. About 90% of the people don't know actually what they have, or they don't understand it. The time it becomes important is the time that they get into an accident or if something happens. What you should do, since you're paying for insurance anyways, right, is really understand your coverages and ask yourself what's important to you. Is it the price? Is it the service? Is it the coverage? Is it the ease or the convenience? And then one of the tips I gave on Tuesday was to really look at bundling your policy. And the reason why is that in some cases you can get 3 policies for maybe the price of 1. Perfect example, right? And this is for maybe some of the younger audience who might be tuning in today. If you're a newer driver, as a parent, you might know this, but it costs them a lot more to insure. Why is that? Because they're a higher risk. Insurance is all about risk. That particular driver might be insured on one single auto, but might not know, because they're quoting themselves online, that they can actually bundle that auto with the renters, with the life, and have a lower overall payment than just getting the auto by itself. So what they need to do is seek, professional counsel from a trusted agent, and just really get to understand what's out there for them, and just ask themselves once again, what's most important for me in getting this insurance policy, rather than just getting the policy because you have to get it.
Mm-hmm. That is so cool. I mean, thank you for, that one tip. I mean, it's really good to know what's out there, and really good to know all the details in our policies, because most of us don't really know. And, when we sign paperwork, we just skip through a lot of these pages, because there's like a lot of pages to sign and to read, to review, and to sign. But Cecil, is there anything that you can add to what Neil said, since it's the start of the tax year again and the tax season? Is there anything that our viewers have to know in terms of filing for taxes or getting their paperwork ready for this year?
Yes, the earlier the better. Yes. to be honest with you, tax season will officially start in 2 weeks. But I always tell everybody that, the earlier, the better, because at least it gives us enough time to go over your paperwork, what's missing, what items that we would like to confirm with the client, whether it's really true or perhaps half true, or maybe they just forgot about something that needs to be added on their tax return. So it's something that basically we tell them that take take time, go over your tax documents, because a lot of times people miss one or two items. And then 6 months, 9 months down the road, they get a love letter from the taxing agency. Could be the franchise tax board if it's a state of California matter, or it could, if it's a federal matter, then it's the IRS. So they get those letters once in a while, and they thought that they are being audited. But in reality, it's just an IRS inquiry letter, because most of the time they forgot one or two items to include in their tax returns. So that's one thing that we always suggest or make a strong recommendations to most people, that the earlier the better, and take time. Don't rush your documents like, oh yeah, I need to see my tax guy tomorrow, and here I am like scrambling all the mails, the emails, the login information just to download your information. So it's not, I say it's always a good habit to have a system in place where you keep all your documents in one area. So when it's time for you to go over those paperwork, it's very, very easy. So just be consistent with paperwork.
And I know it can be taxing on us. No pun intended. But so it can really be taxing on us, and a lot of us just want to make things simpler, because all of
Yes.
us have been through a lot, right? In 2020, we're all overwhelmed. I mean, little things become bigger things, and and we can't handle it. Like I can't even open a bottle or a bag of chips or any, like little things like that. So is there anything that you can tell our viewers, like little baby steps on how to, prepare ourselves for the tax season? I mean, come April, just like
Yes,
little,
definitely.
top three
For our
things. Yeah.
Okay. So for our existing clients, we try to give them some tips or some guidelines. The easiest and the simplest guidelines is to have 3 baskets. Just have 3 baskets. One, it's important. The other one is trash. These are all junk mails or whatever it is. And the third box or the third basket has to be pending. So only the first and the third, that's what you really need the most. The trash, it goes to the trash bin right away. You shred it right away. Don't keep them. As soon as you receive paperwork or email just from anybody, as soon as possible, download it, save it. If you're tech savvy, save it. If you're more of a paper trail person that you like to see and feel everything, print them and save them, label them. Don't wait for the next weekend or the next month or the next year. And I see this a lot, especially for self-employed individuals who would receive like 20 or 30 different 1099s from different vendors, from different sources. They go crazy when it's tax time. Not only that they already extended their tax returns, but at the time of the final extension, some of them are really not ready. So we do have staff. I have office staff that can help them ease it up a little bit. But the trick is just to have 3 nice baskets. Could be made of plastic, could just be a simple box from the post office. Just label them for important, trash, and pending. That's very, very simple. This is an old method, but it does work. It works, especially for the Filipino community.
That is so cool. I mean, that's something that, all of us can follow because it's just easy. You have, like a basket for keeping like things that you should keep for sure. And then you have a pending basket, and then you have a trash basket. And I'm sure a lot of us would like to throw a lot of things in that trash basket, right? I mean, like from 2020. But so I'm gonna go backwards, and I'm going to go with Neil as far as like what are the top 3, baby steps like that people can do. I mean, aside from, dealing with Neil.
And in regards to baby steps, in regards to
looking for insurance policies with in terms of car, in terms of life.
Okay. Well, one of the first things they should do is just go ahead and talk to their current carrier. I know quite often what a lot of people like to do is compare their policy to somebody else's policy. But the fact of the matter is, right, and let's just talk about auto for now, right? They're not the same driver you are. They might have a different record. They might have a different car. Okay. They might live in a different city. All those things are factors in actually your policy and how you get graded. So the first thing there is go ahead and talk to your, either your agent or the team member or service member in your actual insurance carrier who can actually walk you through the steps of what the meaning is of your policy. The second thing, you would do is ask what are your options, right? So now that you know what the coverages mean, what would happen if I increase it? How does that affect my premium? In some cases, if you were to increase coverage, it doesn't really affect your premium all that much. It could be worth it to you. And then really, the third thing is to take inventory of, what's really important, in your household. And here's what I mean. Okay, so for example, there's a lot of people here who own a home. Okay, but there's a lot of people here too who are married and have like a fancy ring, a wedding ring of such. Like maybe you ladies have some of these items, but you might not know this, but your homeowner's insurance won't cover that fancy ring. A personal articles policy covers your fancy ring because most homeowners insurance has a limitation to about $1,500 to $2,500 on personal property. Your ring is more of like a luxury item once you eclipse that limit. So this can go really deep, but really that's what it is. I mean, talk to your carrier, okay? And I'm not gonna go in order here. Take personal inventory and then just see what happens if you were to move your coverages once you get an understanding to the different limits and see what's really best for you.
And so that's good to know because we do have to know what matters most. I think a lot of us, like just going back to 2020, a lot of us have really discovered and realized what matters most to us, right? Yeah. And so all of the extra things that we had, like we didn't have to use, like a lot of us stayed at home. We didn't, go to our offices or anything like that. I mean, I know a lot of our members had to work because they're in healthcare, but some of us, stayed at home, and a lot of times we weren't even driving, right? And so it's really finding out what matters most. And so Neil, that's like a really good tip for everybody. And so going back to what I said, like for our seniors, because Jen works with a lot of our seniors, what are the baby steps they can do, to find out? I know there was a question. There were actually several posts this month about looking for coverage for our elderly. And I saw, I saw a bunch of those in our group. And can you give us a little bit about, just some tips or baby steps that people can take, people who are taking care of their elderly, or if we have any elderly viewers, what can they do if they're confused about Medi-Cal or Medicare or Covered California, or if they're looking for something else for their medical benefits?
Seniors and just everyone in general, they don't know their benefits. So a review of their benefits is always good. And they are surprised and amazed of what benefits are there that's out there. And there's 20 carriers, so it's very hard for just a person that is not in the industry to know which plan is the best for them. And so taking that custom tailored approach and seeing what their wants and needs are, and going over the 20 plans to see which ones, the top 3, would make sense for them. And so it's very confusing. And the senior population too, they're getting bombarded with so many phone calls. Everyone's home, so there's so many call centers calling. And I would say do not give your information out, like your social, your Medicare number, because I've been noticing plans have been changed without seniors knowing. And it's just, they're in tears because they feel like they don't have coverage. And so that I help with as well. And I just help navigate with them because times are really tough. There's a lot of benefits out there that would give them free groceries a month, over-the-counter medication, even all dental work for free. So it's just finding those avenues to get all those resources because they are out there. And then listen, for Covered California people, because I know there's a lot of SoCal Pinoys on Covered California, I've been noticing that they think their policy, your health coverage, is renewing automatically. And for some, it is not. So I would make sure and double check that they have coverage for January. So it's not too late. If for some reason they did not renew by accident, they still could apply for coverage February 1st. But make sure. And some of the carriers are not giving the medical insurance cards. So they have to reach out to their healthcare broker to get that done for them. I think insurance companies are trying to save money and not send the cards out. So that's another thing.
Mm-hmm. And so that is so awesome. But I wanted to find out what are the things that we can do at home, like home remedies or holistic healthcare, things that we can do so that we wouldn't have to worry about going to the hospital anytime soon. So Pinker, do you have any suggestions for us?
Sure.
A short list of your top 3 suggestions.
Well, with because in my household it's just me and my husband, so it's easy to control. We do not allow guests to come in here, or we do not go out and socialize. Our social activity is limited to social media. And that's because we want to be responsible, and we want to really take good care of ourselves so that we can take care of other people and family as well. So what we do, we have implemented this from the get-go, from the start of the pandemic, that if we go out, we really have to remove all our clothes and nothing goes inside the house. And thank God, because I have a far infrared sauna that is good for 2-person that I bought this in 2015, I believe. And this is, I think, one of the biggest, and the best investment I did for our health, because, we can jump in here and we know that, this one, I have read somewhere that the far infrared sauna can kill cancer cells if it is 134 degrees, and we always have it at that the maximum is 135 that we do. Actually, cancer cells, they say it's 125. So I stay there for 30 minutes, and it just invigorates you, and so you're ready for the day. And of course, we try to eat healthy. And we're transitioning I'm going back to plant-based again. And my husband also is getting to that. But, detoxification is very, very important. And also, you have to take care of your mind. That's very, very important, because because of these things, a lot of people are, especially in America, this is a big problem in America, the mental wellness. And, a lot of people lost their homes. Now coming into this year, a lot of people will also be losing their homes, and a lot of people lost their jobs. I mean, everybody's affected, with all these things. So with that, our brain health mental wellness is very, very important. And as a couple, we always have this conversation. We take a break, like you know how it is. During the day, you can get carried away in front of the computer, and we make sure that we take breaks to not just him in the room and me out here and working, but we try to meet like halfway. Say, hey, how's your whatever? How is it going on with what you're doing? How are you? Are you having fun? Are you enjoying? And he hears me all the time. I'm on Zoom. So, and we have, as a couple, at the end of the day, you have your moment still. We have our Netflix date nights. So
that's so awesome.
Yeah, I try as a partner, and I think it's going to be different when you have kids running around. It's totally different, and I understand that. But with me and my husband, I try to, when I serve our dinner, I try to have like a presentation so that we don't miss like really eating out, because the reason why we go out is you want to feel the ambience. Of course, you want to have that good food, and I try to serve that. I try to take a break and cook the food and serve it so that there is balance. What is important is we have balance, not just inside but outside also. So we have to create that balance inside the home.
All that talk about food really makes me want to visit you. So sira ang diet natin yan.
But good food, healthy food. Yes.
And do you have any? I know. Like Kuya Ed is now.
Diet, atomic.
So do you have any like tips, like baby steps, for those people who are trying to try a plant-based diet? So kasi marami sa atin, di ba? We're all carnivorous, right?
Yeah. Yes, and you
live
think
without them.
You think that it's hard to let go of the meat. You just think of that. But so again, I would say start with your mindset. Really, really get a grip of why are you trying to be healthy? What do you want to achieve by changing your lifestyle? Because this is not just going to be stopping eating meat or going on a plant-based, because it's really lifestyle change that you want to do. Because otherwise, if your goal is just to stop meat, then you will feel deprived. So baby steps, what you want to do is decide on what is it, because that is going to be your biggest why. Why do you want to go on a plant-based diet? So with that in mind, then you can commit every week. Maybe you want to take out something. You don't have to stop completely, because I didn't do that. It took me 3 months to stop eating red meat. I first took out the soda. Then I took out the white rice. Then I took out pasta, because I really love pasta. So you have to commit, because if you do that, you wouldn't feel deprived at all. I tried myself when we were in Vegas, and you know how prime rib and all the steaks in Vegas. I couldn't even look at it, let alone smell the steak and all that, because your palate changes. It's just different. So baby steps is you don't rush into getting into the plant-based. Step by step, you have to do that. But also detoxification is very important when you're changing transitioning into another diet. Why you need to detox, why you need to cleanse, because we have a lot of toxins in our body. You want to flush that out, and especially if you're taking minerals and vitamins. If you detoxify yourself, your vitamins and minerals, you get to absorb them better. So that's why I say start with a mindset, then commit to whatever it is that you plan on doing. If you want to go plant-based, change into plant-based. I have a niece, and she's gonna be. She told me that she started a plant-based diet in August, I believe. So August of last year, she lost 47 pounds. Just switching the lifestyle, changing the lifestyle. Mm-hmm. So it's a commitment that you have to make, but then also you can make baby steps. So little by little, you can take out whatever change. With our coaching, we want to see what you have in your cupboard. We want to see what you have in your refrigerator, and then let's go from there. because there are things that you want to do, you don't want to let go, and so we're not going to force you to do that. I mean, I didn't force myself, but when I started to commit that, okay, this week I'm going to stop soda totally, because before I couldn't eat lunch or dinner without soda, without Sprite. I have to have that, and we have to have meat every other day. So the meat part was 3 months. It took me 3 months, but then when I took off the meat from our diet, boom, the weight loss was so fast. It was just so fast. It was amazing. So, and this is for everybody. I don't know if you have watched the movie The Game Changer. So watch that movie. It's a documentary produced by Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jackie Chan. And you will be surprised that, because a lot of people think, well, I'm I work out hard, I do heavy stuff. I cannot be without meat protein. You'll be surprised who are the people who are top athlete in their field, and they are all plant-based. They go on a plant-based diet. So, and especially for men, watch this with your wives, because somewhere in the middle there is something interesting about men there.
Uy.
That's so intriguing. I wonder what that is.
Yeah,
it's on Netflix, The Game Changer.
Game Changer.
It looks like Neil has seen that movie, no?
I don't eat meat anymore because I watched that this year. And that's why. And then Fiona, just, your beach body, just to give you testimony on that, I'm actually doing 2 programs right now. Body Beast and Shanti's
I did the Body Beast. I did that too. Actually, Fiona, when I was size, this is after the fact that I lost, like midway, I believe I was size 6 at the time. So I was doing Zumba at nighttime, but before I leave, I would do the 25, the T25.
T25, yeah.
The T25. I would do the T25, and then I think I did the what you call that? Nell, what did
Body Beast?
Yeah, the Body Beast. I have that. So yes, I did that, but it was kind of like brutal. So I did. By the way, I graduated from Zumba. I did a lot of crazy stuff. I did boot camp. I did kickboxing. Kickboxing was my favorite ever. So I was doing kickboxing 3 times, and then I transitioned because I got injured with sciatic. So when I had sciatic, actually the spinning helped me a lot. And so I transitioned into spinning, but then kickboxing and spinning, I alternate those 2.
Yeah, and so Fiona, do you have anything to add to what Tinker said? Ang dami kasi, di ba? But more on the more on the fitness side. So because she was talking more about the nutrition side of it. And so what baby steps can you give our viewers?
So let me just correct the misconception. You cannot exercise yourself thin. A lot of people think you exercise 5 hours a day, you're going to lose weight. Maybe in time, but if you're still eating 3,000 calories a day, no, you just wasted your time. So if you want to lose weight, you have to cut down on your calories. And FitnessPal makes it so easy. I've had FitnessPal on my phone for like 9 years already, and you just plug everything in. And who eats without their phone anyway? Right? You have your phone on your hand, but next to your fork or whatever. So it's easy to plug in. And at the same time, you cannot tone yourself by dieting. So even if you cut all your calories, you're not gonna have that definition. Only exercise will give you that. So those 2 things you have to remember. And to achieve what I have achieved, I just say I exercise 30 minutes a day, but no fail. I do 5 times a week at least, except when I'm not feeling well. Don't sacrifice self-care for, exercise. So you can, take a break if you're not feeling well. And then second, that was the second, because the first one was counting the calories. And then the third, if you really want to have definition in your midsection, which was what my goal, I really wanted a 6-pack, and I really wanted my biceps, guns to show, then you have to do push-ups for your biceps and then planks. I do 3 1-minute planks per day, and then 60 push-ups. But I only do modified push-ups. So, you know, you don't have to be crazy, like hitting the ground with your nose. Doesn't have to be that, but do your best in just 60 a day. It's not a lot. 20, and then I do the planks and then go back. It's easy. You're going to be done in less than 10 minutes. So if you stick to that, I promise you, I got my 6-pack in 30 days. So, you know, just do it.
That's so awesome.
Can I
Yeah.
see some sample, please?
6-pack yan, hindi 6-pack na San Miguel, ah.
No, I want to see the 6-pack.
I'll send you a picture when I wake up. Kasi
No,
pag gabi na, nawawala
right
eh.
now. I want live. Just pull the shirt so I can see the 6-pack. Yeah, sample. Yun. There we go. Wow. I only see 2.
Kasi gabi na eh. The other 4, you know, they go away at night. Ganun talaga yun. It has to be first thing in the morning when your stomach is empty.
Okay, tomorrow we'll
pala
go
yun.
private Zoom.
May utang. May utang siya ngayon.
Yung utang siya sa akin, 4.
So, Dr. EM,
Uy.
to tie everything, you know, that Tinker and Fiona were saying, you know, you already gave us your list of 7 things to do, right? But we were talking about mental health a few weeks ago, remember? And so that's something that you know, Tinker has touched on, and a lot of our members in the group are looking at you know, talking about, because a lot of our members are interested in mental health podcast. And so is there anything that you can add to what Tinker and Fiona are we're talking about in terms of mental health and being just ready mentally in terms of, you know, like dealing with anxiety and all of the things that we think about, you know, considering, you know, we're coming out of 2020.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, mental health is key to wholesomeness. I think, you know, mental health, I think is one that we should pay attention to because it sends messages throughout our body. It is the controller of our physical being. And physiological needs of our bodies. When you nourish your mental health, is your body transforms into something that you actually want to be. You know, goal setting is very important. Everybody, you know, I think that surround yourself with positive people, solidify your support systems is a key component to mental well-being. If you are feeling a little bit under the weather or feeling a little bit depressed, we ought to reach out to those who will provide us with support and counsel us and guide us in our own ways. You know, staying active, you know, staying true to those action items, you know, to live better in 2021, you know, is very important. You know, you can do specifically, you know, for staying active. When we do all these things, the 7 things, those are your ingredients, you know, to live better, to have sound and strong mental wellness. Staying active, you could do, you know, just like what I said, aerobics, brisk walking, to be very specific, push-ups, you know, sit-ups, you know, jumping jacks, you know, and more other exercises that you could do, specifically for, you know, adequate sleep. About 18 to 60-year-olds would probably require about 7 to 10 hours of sleep to make it to consider it as an adequate sleep.
Really?
Yeah, other people though, some other textbooks and literature will tell you 6 hours would do. So, but average of 7 to 10. For individuals who are 18 to 60 years old, would probably what I typically would recommend to my patients. Diet and nutrition. The Center for Disease Control did say that whole foods like dark leafy greens, oranges and tomatoes with fresh herbs, and are absolutely loaded with vitamins, and fiber and minerals that your body requires. It is always, mindset, as Tinker said, because, habit and practice makes permanent. And try to eat more whole, nutritious foods instead of processed snacks or fast food. I was monitoring earlier. It says, "Oh, I like soft drinks with my hamburger." I mean, we're human beings, right? I'd be not a human if I say, "Oh, stay away from that." I have my weakness. I have my times where I just crave some double patties, and probably a breast and a leg from the Big J, and those are the kind of things that lure us into that. And you know what? And I tell my patients that, given your history, less frequent or infrequent or not at all, if you can avoid it, you can. But I am not going to deprive you of very little, you dib and dabble into what you crave for. Self-care, very specifically, meditation, relaxation, aromatherapy. Get yourself some essential oils that you'd like. Self-care includes, sexual activities, to be candid and blatant, because that is, part of living, and we desire to live freely and have some excitement in life, and that is, part of our self-care. Coping with stress, just like what I said, get yourself some hobbies, PS4, more of an activity. There is now PS5, I'm still on PS4.
We upgrade now.
The Oculus, for example, those virtual, things that you could do that could actually encourage you to do some physical, activity would definitely work. And never ever, forget about social connection. When we are feeling down, always connect with people. Gadgets, take advantage of them. Any other, social media outlets, take advantage of them to be connected to people. And socially belong, because self-actualization is, essentially the most important on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So very, very important for you and for us to fulfill all those. So 7 action items for everybody in 2021.
That is so true.
7.
That is so true. I mean, I'd like to thank everybody, for sharing with us like a lot of golden bars. Once again, every time we have the show, we learn so much from everybody. Everyone comes from different walks of life, from different industries, and from different professions. And so here comes the $1 million question. What is your most memorable experience within your industry or your profession, and what do you do outside of what your industry is or what your profession is. Do you have any hobbies or anything like that? Just on a personal level, because at in our podcast we always talk about who is SoCal and who are the people in our SoCal Pinoys community, right? And we want to know, where they work, and so now we know all of that, but we want to know about the totality of everybody. What are your hobbies? What are your most memorable experiences within the profession or work that you do? Neil, you look
I knew
like
you were
you're
going to pick
ready.
me first. Okay, so anyways, there's too many to pick from in terms of my profession, because insurance, there's a lot of clients I work with, but I think maybe the one that is the most gratifying towards me is when I talk to somebody about a life insurance policy when they weren't ready to talk about it. And it's not a good thing, but when they pass on knowing that their family was taken care of because we had a conversation, because we were able to reach out, the family was able to, move on and not worry so much about the financial burden. So if we had to talk about what, one of the highlights or the most gratifying things, it would be that. Now, in terms of what I do outside of work, well,
Yeah.
I mean, basketball, but there's not much of that going on right now, right? I can only watch it. I still play leagues when I can, but another thing that I do is I play poker. And so because we can't really play inside a home right now, we're playing online, of course, like setting up little stakes here just for fun. And that's how I entertain myself for personal development and working out.
That
That's
is so awesome. Tinker?
Oh, I just got back. Okay. Well, you know what? The most gratifying thing that I find, whether it's in my marketing business, when I was doing advertising, of course, it was pleasing my clients. I used to Apple, when it was still Macintosh, was one of my clients. McDonald's, you name all the big brands globally, they were all my clients in the Philippines, and I worked hand in hand with their graphic artists, marketing top guys. And once you create something and then you see all of a sudden it's up there, that's one gratifying moment. But here, now that we transition into wellness, when you create an impact in somebody's life, when I coach somebody, let me give you one example. When my niece transition into her journey with plant-based, now she doesn't have to deal with gout, now she doesn't have to deal with migraine, and naturally, when she changed her lifestyle, all those things that she was suffering before are all gone. Just and that's why we have this plant-based diet, plant-based rescue, 21-day plant-based rescue. So a pivot that could change, that could save you, because a lot of people are suffering from chronic pains and all that. And bless my father's heart that he thought that when he was still alive, he said, I thought that being old and having pain is a natural thing, until I gave him something that helped him out with his pain naturally. So what I'm saying is, when you create, when you impact somebody because you help that person change their lifestyle, his lifestyle, and then that change is creating a ripple effect. For me, that's the most gratifying. I mean, that's why for the longest time I didn't charge anything from anybody, because it gave me joy that that what happened to me, I'm able to share that. And well, during this time you were asking about what I do for fun. Of course, my plants. That's my stress buster. Seriously. What you call this? We talk about mental health and all that. When sometimes you just feel so much, I need to rest from all this. I go out and just look at my plants, and boom, my world changes. I forget about everything. And then cooking. cooking for my husband, and I know that he loves what I cook and I put up there. So that brings me. But before the pandemic and me arrived, I was traveling between East Coast and here and Hawaii. That was my life. I would just come back here to check on my husband if he still have 2 fridge full of food. so and then I would fly to Hawaii. I would stay for a month, and then I would come back here, stay for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then would fly back to New York. I mean, I love traveling, and I wish I started vlogging at that time, but there's always the first time. So well, I'm looking forward to continue that, hopefully soon this year, towards the end of the year, maybe we can start traveling safely again. So I'm looking forward to that. But for the meantime, there's so much entertainment on YouTube. So you're just gonna have to pick and choose which one, a podcast, for self-improvement. I'm into that at this time, because we need to invest in ourselves more than anything, health-wise, for advancement, for self-improvement. We need to invest in ourselves.
That is so awesome. And Cecil, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm still around. Yes, well, the most gratifying event that happened in the course of more than 20 years, when one of my clients, she is a cancer patient, and she's also a business owner with 2 growing kids. When one day she called and she told me that I am the accountant with a heart. And at first, I didn't know what it means. I said, well, yeah, everybody has a heartbeat. I'm still breathing around. I mean, I'm still alive and kicking and working. So that means I have a heartbeat. But it meant something else for her. So she said that to her, it's like I gave her the faith to believe that, life has to go on no matter what. And then there's also hope, and there's also love on top of it. So when she passed away, I end up, gaining more children, because the 2 kids, her kids, became my adopted children. So they call me mom. Of course, not legally adopted, but yeah, every now and then they would call, they will send messages. They will say happy birthday, or if it's Christmas time. But yes, and I was there every step of the way when the kids were growing up. Graduating from high school through college. Now one of them is married. So yeah, they became family. When somebody, a client of yours, will tell you and hold your hands and said, you are the accountant with a heartbeat. And it touched us so much that now it became our tagline. So I don't know if you noticed earlier when our logo was being aired, and it has the tiny tagline, accountant with a heartbeat. And I can also show you my cup, because I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Is it okay? Can everybody see it? Yeah. So this image, it might mean something else to somebody or to other people, but to us, to our group, it means faith, hope, and love. And you have to love what you do. Doing numbers, crunching numbers, it's one of the tedious work and extremely boring job, but we love it. We enjoy doing it for you guys.
Yeah.
So but
could be
outside of
really
work,
abstract, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So outside of work, I am makulit. I am loka-loka. That's what my husband would always, give me the brand. Oh, she's going crazy. She's loka-loka. Oh, don't listen to her. Oh, I'm not with her. If she asks questions to the sales lady, oh, I am not with her because I ask a lot of questions. I guess because as an accountant, you try to quantify everything, every moment of your life. There's always a number attached to it. So you do the quantification back in the head of your, back in the head of your brain. I mean, I guess in my subconscious mind, it's always the numbers always keep coming in. They never stop. So I guess that's what it is. And we love traveling. We pretty much, concert goers. My husband is a big rock and roll, hard metal band, and
oh wow,
yeah. So I just keep my Bon Jovi because he's my first crush since I was in high school. and, and I keep telling myself, yeah, I'm gonna marry that man. But you know what? I end up marrying a Filipino Chinese, whom I love so much. Trust me, we've been married more than 30 years, and yeah. So yes, that's what we do. We travel a lot, but because of the pandemic, we end up, doing a lot of restructuring inside our household, not just because of the financial in nature, or you need to take care of your financial or health, or your financial house in order, but we literally pretty much toss half of our furnitures. We give away so many things inside the house. We make it more simplified in a more consistent
Yes.
manner, because to us, the new year 2021 is a new beginning.
Yeah, that's true. Jennifer, do you have anything? Where are you?
Well, Cecile, I just want to say shout out to that, because we do need more professionals that are just caring and act in the best interest of the client, in our industry. And so, Neil, I'm going to piggyback on you as well. I think the most memorable, or just the gratitude, is I've had a lot of clients die last year, probably more than 10. And it's just really gratifying to know that I'm there for those families, not even mentally, but also financially, because they're going to be taken care of the rest of their life. I mean, they lost their loved one, but at least they have that financial support, that they're not going to live in rags and, work like crazy, knowing that they had that financial plan in place. I even had a client that told me, Jennifer, why am I doing this every year? Do I have to do this? Should I do this? And every year, we'd go over it. And it was great for him, because it really does support his family now. On the other hand, I have other clients that just don't want to pull the trigger, procrastinate, don't want to really look at their financial well-being, just because it's a hard topic to talk about. And I've had a client where her husband died, and he didn't leave her anything, and we were in talks in March to get something in place, and it just they just procrastinated, and now she's just not in a good place. So my number one advice is don't procrastinate. Really look at your financial picture and outlook and game plan for it. You just never know. And with COVID, no one knew this was going to happen. So it just came by as a big surprise. Me personally, I have 3 kids, 3 boys and a husband. I cooked for them this whole year, last year. I never cook. I'm not a cook. I don't. I buy food. And it was just so surprising. And it actually kind of felt gratitude for me to cook for my family, and they actually like it. So I'm excited for that.
Yes, that's good.
We also
That's so awesome.
Pickleball. I've got a membership at the tennis membership club by my house, and we're going to play pickleball. It's like a upcoming sport. And I went back to Pilates, so I'm doing that. So I'm excited. I lost 10 pounds last year, but I want to lose it. So Fiona, I need your advice. Shout outs to you, size 0. I need to get there too.
We were all about connecting to each other, right? So this show connects everybody, all of the guests together, and we connect to our viewers as well. And so Fiona, what is your most memorable experience at being a beach body coach or a health and fitness coach? I think we lost your audio.
Yeah.
There you go.
So nothing memorable in that arena yet, because I just started. But with Le Bear Waxing Salon, we've been around for almost 15 years. And when we first started in the Philippines, people could barely say Le Bear. Sa Philippines, matigas yung dila, so Le, they couldn't say it, and they didn't know what waxing was. So we had to educate a lot of people, but now we're proud to say that Le Bear, it has become a verb. So, I watch chats and, Facebook, and they say nagpa-labor ka ba? So I believe we have arrived, and people were in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, so people actually know what waxing is, and they can pronounce our name after almost 15 years.
It's like saying, did you get labored? Like
yes,
that?
yes. Nagpa-labor ka na. So I see that, all the time. That's very flattering, and we're so grateful for the support. But personally, I like to incorporate my prayer time with my exercise time. So I walk 30 to 40 minutes a day and I pray the rosary. So that's just one thing I have to do in the morning before starting my day. So my day starts really late at 10 o'clock because I have to exercise, do my affirmations, and then pray the rosary while walking. So it's a whole 3-hour thing before I'm ready to go to work.
That is so cool. And Dr. EM?
Yeah, last but not
I'm
the
sure
least,
you have a
right? So I think, for me, professional gratification as well as fulfillment, really falls into, again, I like to categorically put things into perspective. I have been leading, the hospitals for decades. And I think leadership for me currently, I lead about more than 300 doctors. And about 1,000, healthcare workers, and out of that 1,000 healthcare workers, for more than 400 are nurses, and 600 ancillary colleagues of ours. So leadership is a passion of mine, and the other one is the academia perspective of things. That it's great feeling and very gratifying and satisfying to cultivate the minds of those who are curious about medicine, and how we integrate the curative aspect of what doctors do to the curative aspect of what nurses do. So when you integrate those both, you sort of create a certain synergy and a significant power to change somebody's life and make a difference in every single day. So that's academia for me. And then clinical practice is my final thing. That where do you find a hospital administrator that continues to work bedside, right? You'll see me and find me in emergency rooms working, in critical care units working, scrubbing in the operating rooms, to get our cases done, recovering in post anesthesia care unit. So for me, it really is the greatest passion of mine is, boils down to service. So, I am a clinical practitioner. I'm a nurse by nature. And the service to others is really is really the target, and has been a mission of mine, having been one of the 8 nurses in the family, and there are 11 of us. I think my parents have certainly been my inspiration and source of energy. And honestly, personally, I like to work out, and just sort of gives me a way to shake the difficulties and the challenges in life. I like to laugh and joke around, and I think that is the positive energy. But what you see, what you see in public is so different, at work. So I think that the greatest advice at this point in time that I could give is really be practical, live within your means. Because there are many others who do not have the means, to travel around the world, to go, to different places. Be happy. Be happy. Nourish your soul, if it's through prayer or if it's through something else. I think that is one of the key components of living your life fully, really. Accept yourself, be yourself, always be authentic. And I think that is will give you a newer perspective in 2021. So again, action items in 2021. Okay, don't forget those 7 action items to living healthy, and well. So that's what I have.
That is so cool. And speaking of instant gratification, some people are going to get some instant gratification tonight. Don't you guys agree? Because we have 6 raffle prizes for everybody who hashtags hashtag iDREAM.
You haven't even said it yet. Meron na nauna kanina pa eh.
Ako yun.
No?
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have 6 raffle prizes. Our first raffle prize is from Connie Oliverio of TayC Chic Boutique. And let me pull up what it looks like. I know I have it somewhere. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like that. So it's the Maze Kimono, and it's a $50 value. It's from Connie Oliverio of TayC Chic Boutique. So thank you, Connie. And if you have any questions, you can message her directly or go to her website. She's also in Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So that's our first prize.
Ate Connie.
Then we have one 3-day challenge pack, and so this is the $1995 in value from Ejay Zafra of Plexus Worldwide, and he's giving away a 3-day challenge. And this is the juice, the slim pack that curbs your hunger. So we've been talking about diet and nutrition earlier, and so this is one thing that can help curb your hunger. And we have 3 prizes from Moran Toriano. She's giving away 3 Manny nail sets from Color Street. So there will be 3 winners. They get 1 each, and it's a $15 value. And she's also in all of the social media channels: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And you can also message her if you have any questions. So hashtag iDREAM if you want to join our raffle. And then Tinker has a pahabol raffle, right, Tinker?
Yes, yeah, sure, sure. Yes, it's gonna be. We're gonna have a challenge next week, but that's totally free. I think we're launching it on the 18th. It's a 7-day cleanse and rejuvenate challenge. So it's the detoxification, and there is gonna be no credit card needed, no selling of products, multi-level products, nothing of that nature. And then we're gonna go into the 21-day plant-based rescue. So we are going to give away on the challenge. We're giving away spots for the 21, because that's a limited spot. We're going to be giving away spots for the 21-day plant-based diet rescue. And tonight I'm giving 1 spot. Tess and I, my partner coach, we're giving away 1 spot, and that is a value. That's a retail value of about $12.99. And what that gives you, you're gonna have recipes 3 times a day of plant-based diet, food, and nutrition, and the science behind it. We are gonna have a private, by invitation only, Facebook group page, which is called My Delicious Living Clubhouse. So that is a very exclusive Facebook group page, and we're gonna have a lot of contents in there. We're gonna have high-end products giveaways, but you have to be part of the 21-day course, or you have to be part of at least a challenger to be invited to get into that group. So we're launching that anytime soon. So again, that price is about $12.99, a retail value.
That is so awesome. Is that $12.99, $1,299?
Yes.
Oh wow! Oh my gosh! So everybody, get on that hashtag iDREAM. And while we're waiting for everybody, so I'm gonna give you like a couple of minutes more. Arvin, he's backstage. So we're gonna get all of your names in hashtag iDREAM. And in the meantime, I'm going to announce what's happening tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to have the long-awaited virtual concert memorial tribute to our good friend Mark Bagyo Villamakho. That's going to start at 8 o'clock p.m. We have a dozen artists. These artists are the people that he worked with in our Filipino American community here in SoCal. And I just wanted to thank Kuya Ed so much for pulling all of the artists, working with them, and also Arvin. We have a photo montage, a video, several video messages from all of his friends and family, and we're gonna be playing his music videos, and we have a lot of live performances from our artists from SoCal. This is from the PhilAm entertainment scene here in SoCal, and we have the owner of Cocina Filipina, who's actually going to talk about what the scene was like and how all of them met, and who Bagyo is. So that's Mark Bagyo of the Amaco. Yeah, so that's our tribute for him, and we're also supporting his nonprofit organization. It's called Pinoy Lakas Radio. And if you want to help out his family and support Pinoy Lakas Radio, you can donate to their Venmo account. It's Richard Gilkison. That's Gilkison. Richard Gilkison. And that's Mark Bagyo's dad. So that's what we're gonna have tomorrow, and my gosh, like that's gonna be like a massive virtual concert. I mean, yeah, like that's gonna be a really big show, and we're all excited. And Kuya Ed, do you have anything to promote?
Tomorrow, the same thing. What you said. All of you, my ninongs and ninangs. You have to be there tomorrow, okay?
Yes,
and our karaoke night, would that be after the event?
Yes, we still have karaoke night, and so just to let everybody know, Kuya Ed is gonna be the first performer.
Oh,
He's gonna be the very first performer. Special request.
first performer, huh? Special request, huh?
Yeah. Yeah,
Watch
and so
and listen.
yeah, and we have a special guest. Yeah, we actually found a trumpet player after looking for more than a week. Yes, and we have a trumpet player coming in tomorrow. But yeah, so we have actually there's 13 artists that we're featuring who are most of them are performing live. But yeah, there are a couple of people who sent video messages with them singing. But yeah, that's tomorrow. It's gonna be massive. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of community organizers and friends from our PhilAm community who are all part of that virtual concert. So yeah, are you guys ready? Arvin?
Mm-hmm.
So Arvin's ready. Yeah, Arvin, you want to pull out the raffle?
Yep.
Our wheel of fortune. I wonder if we can do it. There
Can
you
you see
go.
my screen? Can you see the screen?
Yeah. Oh wow.
Good.
I've never seen anybody that small. Look at
Wow.
that. That's
Okay.
like all of us right there.
Ninang, hindi kita makita.
Ayun si Ninang nawala.
Ninang, nagating ninang.
Yeah. So our first prize, like what I said earlier, it's a $50 value Maze Kimono from Connie Oliverio of TayC Chic Boutique. Are you guys ready? If you guys are ready, hashtag I wanna win.
Wow. Inuulit na, I wanna win, hashtag yan, binabola na.
Okay,
Oh, game na, game na.
ibola na natin.
Parang sa lahat yata ng show, si Ate Lynn tsaka si Ate Connie lagi na andun. Hindi nawawala.
Yeah, it turns out we have the same winners. Like a lot of these winners have won more than twice. right? Okay, let's go. Are you guys ready?
Let's
Oh,
go.
yeah.
We're
Let's
gonna
go.
raffle off the first
Okay,
prize.
game.
That's one kimono from
Ayun,
Connie
bumili.
Oliverio, TayC
Kala
Chic.
ko.
That's like $50 value.
Pwede ba sumali dyan?
Mylene Canteras.
Tanan, Miley.
Congratulations!
Congratulations, Mylene Canteras. Oh my gosh, I think she actually won the last time too.
Aba,
Maswerte yung mga nanonood sa atin kasi lagi silang nananalo. Right? The second prize is one 3-day challenge from Ejay Zafra of Plexus Worldwide, and that's a $1995 value. Are you guys ready?
Let's go.
Yes.
Here we go.
Let's go. Yeah, one round lang. Overtime na tayo eh.
Pinopola. Whoop! Yeah! Manipapon. Sino yan?
Sino yan?
INC.
Ayensi, congratulations. Congratulations, Ayensi. And okay, raffle prize number 3. So this is one Manny nail set from Color Street. That's Anne Moran Toriano. That's a $15 value. Yeah, so Anne, if you're there, hi. Thank you so much for sponsoring our raffle. So this is raffle number 3 winner.
Yes, nice way to start the new year. Huh?
Yeah.
Whoop!
Vince!
Vince!
Yay!
Tama-tama kay
Vince,
Vince yan.
Birthday!
Naku, tama-tama.
Oo,
Tama-tama.
okay kay Vince yan.
Alam ko kung kanino mapupunta yan.
Oo.
Parang merong automatic na recipient yan.
Oo, may beneficiary.
Oh, may beneficiary si Vince. Congratulations, Vince. And so our raffle number 4 winner,
Uy, number 4 pa.
madalian lang to.
Ikot-ikot ang bola. Up. Whoop. Up. Yeah. Marsha Tolentino.
Yan, Marsha Tolentino, congratulations. Our raffle number 5 winner is, that's also one nail set from Color Street, Anne Moran Toriano. This $15 value.
Ang dami.
Manalo.
Yun, Mylene.
Should we do it again?
Yeah, let's
She
do
won.
it again.
Okay.
Let's give everybody a chance.
Okay, here we go. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
Ate Len, sumapla siya na naman.
Ulit. Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Dapat pag nanalo, tinatanggal mo na dun sa roulette. Janice, ayan. Si Janice.
Is that J-Lo? Hindi pala.
Iba,
Si Janice Guillermo, congratulations. And ito na, oh my God, ang grand prize and pahabol, raffle prize from Tinker, Charlie, aka Arlie Alfaro.
Special yan.
Ang daming pangalan eh.
I know, right?
A lot of names.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go. This is the grand prize. This is $1,299 challenge. 21-day challenge. Sino?
Vince.
Ulitin
Si
natin.
Vince. Let's do it again.
Sorry, nanalo ka na. I think nanalo na yata lahat yun. Oh.
Nanalo.
Nanalo na yan eh.
Marsha. Nanalo na siya.
Nanalo na rin siya eh. Ang
Lahat
discarte nyo
nanalo na eh.
I-remove mo siya.
You guys have to go to Vegas.
Len!
Ate Len, talagang
again.
pinahinto ko sa iyan. Ha?
Len again. Oh my God, you're so lucky. So Len's gonna do is it 21 days?
Yes,
Wow.
21 days.
21-day challenge with Tinker, Charlie, aka
coaching.
Alfie, Arlie. And yes, right? Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
so dalawa sila. Yeah, so congratulations, Len. You won the grand prize pahabol raffle. Thank you so much to our raffle sponsors, Connie Oliverio of TayC Chic Boutique, Ejay Zafra of Plexus Worldwide, Anne Moran Toriano from Color Street, and of course, Tinker A. Charlie, aka Arlie Alfaro. Thank you so much, you guys. We had so much fun and we learned so many things tonight. And, I'm sure a lot of us are really thankful because we have all these golden bars to take with us as we go through 2021. Right, Doc EM?
Mhm.
Thank you too for having us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Have fun in 21.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Have
Hell
fun,
yes.
anyone. Yeah, and everybody, don't forget tomorrow, 8:00 p.m. So ito na yung pinaka-aabangan. This is like what everyone's been
Yes.
waiting for. A lot of us, have been waiting for this. Yeah, so tomorrow, kakanta si Kuya Ed.
Secret
Pinakahihintay.
lang ko naman, oh. Binubuking mo naman eh. Wala na suspense.
Surprise.
Aha. Ninang ha, wag kang mawawala.
And so so tomorrow is the virtual memorial tribute concert to our good friend Mark Bagyo Biyamakho, who's a strong supporter of our Filipino American community, and was an active member of our SOCAL Pinoys group, and a lot of his family members are also active members of our SOCAL Pinoys Facebook group. And so that's tomorrow at 8:00, and we'll see you tomorrow. And so once again, thank you so much to all of our 6 wonderful guests.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
you all.
Thank
and
you.
We'll see you in 2021 again soon. And don't forget karaoke. So every time you sign up for our show, that's an automatic sign up for karaoke.
Yeah, no, si Doko, number one.
You heard that, Neil? You heard that, Neil?
Maraming memories sa karaoke. Di ba, Dok?
I'm sure Doc EM is ready. Yeah,
Good night, everybody. Have a happy 2021.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Okay, good night.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye. Good
Ciao.
night.
Bye.